Good afternoon and welcome to our virtual Paul Menton Centre Make the Cut Fall 2020. I'm your host, Paddy Stewart. It's just a treat to be here with you today. It's wonderful that you folks are preparing now. You're thinking ahead about next year and what you're going to do when you graduate. You're preparing and you're thinking about those kinds of things. That is excellent. So good for you for getting that sort of thing ready and in your mind. The staff here at Paul Menton Centre have a terrific set of information and tips and ideas that's going to make it a lot easier for next year when you head off to post-secondary. So it's going to be good for you. So what I say is good for you, and you'll be good to go when you head off to post-secondary. All right, moving on now. Here to welcome you is the director of the Paul Menton Centre, Larry McCloskey. A very good friend, a remarkable man, and the inspirational genius behind Make the Cut. So, Larry, over to you.
Hi, my name is Larry McCloskey, and I am the director of the Paul Menton Centre for Students with Disabilities. We're about to offer you the 31st rendition of Make the Cut, and that is a big number, and this has been an exciting and really worthwhile event for 31 times. Now, as you know, this year is a little different. We're doing this as a teleconference. It's a COVID event. And so it's been a bit of a challenge, but we're determined to give you the information and also to keep the energy as we always have. And Paddy Stewart will help with that, as well as the staff at the Paul Menton Centre. So really, one thing that we want to keep in mind is this event, Make the Cut, is all about giving you the tools that you need in order to be successful. So it's important for you to know what the supports are at the Paul Menton Centre and throughout the university. It's important for you to know what the expectations are for university study. And it's really important for us to talk about commitment and resiliency. And really, the #1 indicator of success for students with disabilities, for all students throughout university years, is persistence. And persistence leads to resiliency and good mental health. So these things all come together. It starts with information, and an important piece for you will be the rapport that you have, the contacts that you have, and using the Paul Menton Centre staff, who are really enthusiastic and a lot of help. Our students come back and they tell us year after year that they often attribute their success to the Paul Menton Centre staff, but in fact, that's not really on us. It's you who are successful, you who will be successful, with help from the Paul Menton Centre staff. So this is a well worth event for you. It's really going to help you to get started, to think about what you need to do, and most of all, to make that contact with the staff to get your education going. Thank you and enjoy the day.
Hi, Paddy. How are you?
Amanda, lovely to see you.
Good. Yes.
And you're going to be one of the presenters, actually, that's going to give them some specifics about learning strategies, not to give anything away.
Yes, I hope to provide some information about learning strategies for sure. I know that we are also going to be talking a little bit about the agenda, right, Paddy?
Yes, we will. I will be letting them know that we have 3 presenters during the beginning. Yourself is one of them. Then after those 3 presenters from PMC, we'll be having a break, just a short 5-minute break. And we have a special, powerful guest speaker. Last but not least, we have what we call the Student Success Panel, which is a fantastic group of 4 students from here. Well, you can tell them about that, Amanda. You know a lot about the Student Success Panel.
The Student Success Panel often is a highlight of the Make the Cut events. You guys have done how many in the past, Paddy?
30. This is number 31, Amanda.
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot. That's older than most of the people watching us right now.
That's right. I was looking at some of the registrations. Most of the people joining us were born in 2003.
And we have how many school boards joining us today?
There are how many school boards? I'm not sure. We have over 40 high schools that are represented from way up way up the line there in Fellows and in Pembroke, and as far out east as Van Cleet Collegiate Institute, way out in the east, Thousand Islands Secondary School down to the south. And right here in Ottawa, we've got schools like Earl of March, Immaculata, Maryville, and Glebe, just a whole mess. And we also, as well as about 150 students, we have 70 educators that have joined us today. These are the students' favorite spec ed teachers, their guidance counselors, personal support workers, inclusion personnel, and others. And they're here to find out some information to help pass on to students, to graduating grade 12 students.
Amazing. That is so awesome. It's hard to, I know you and I were talking about it, it's hard to appreciate how many people are watching us on this platform, but I appreciate everyone that has been able to join us today. I know you and Linda have done, and Jocelyn have done so much work in the background and getting everything going. So I feel like we might be ready to get rocking and rolling. What do you think, Paddy? What
we're going to do now is I've outlined briefly what's going to happen through the rest of the afternoon. We're going to move now to Somi Tam, who is a senior disability advisor here at the Paul Menton Centre, and she's going to outline what's going to happen with the three presenters from the morning. Okay? Over to you, Somi.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Somi Tam. I am a senior disability advisor at the Paul Menton Centre. I am very excited to be part of this first virtual Make the Cut for all students with disability who are planning to go to university next year. We have three very exciting and informative presentations prepared for you. Each presentation will be about 20 minutes long. It will be followed up by a 10-minute Q&A when you can ask questions to each of the presenters through the live chat function. The first presenter is Amanda Blaze, who is a disability coordinator and learning strategist. Amanda will be presenting on learning strategies in post-secondary. She will talk about creating structure and accountability as a motivation for completing tasks and staying on task, as well as understanding course expectation and communication, knowing different areas of learning strategy support offered by the Paul Menton Centre, as well as exploring various tools for planning, managing time, and maintaining productivity. The second presenter is Jordan Tremblay. Her official title is Learning Strategies and Assistive Technology Officer, but we call her our tech guru. She will be giving a live demonstration of different assistive technology that students with disability are currently using in university to assist them with their reading, writing, and note-taking. The last presenters will be Sonia Tanguay. Sonia is Senior Disability Advisor at the Paul Menton Centre. She will be presenting on the topic of planning your transition to university. You will learn about the differences between high school and university when it comes to setting up accommodation at the post-secondary level. She will give you tips on how to make a successful transition to university life and how to prepare before, during, and after your university admission.